watched my mom moves around like we was running from the cops, and I was like, dang, I got some questions I can't even ask them. But I didn't know until adulthood what was happening behind these moves, right? And it was some serious stuff. So like, you know, I had to look at my mom and instead of being like, well, dang, I didn't know this was going on, I'm upset, to wow, you kept us out.
I understand why. Yeah.
Like I didn't know none of that was going on. Good job. But we always, since we don't know, we do the extreme trying to avoid it. And you can't cause another problem.
Yeah.
But talking to the kids and being honest with my mistakes, accepting it, like pride alone, you know, just put that joint down and just be like, how did I do for you? I learned a lot. Like I didn't know the areas of aggression that I had that were in my mind better than back in the day. But to a child, it was still like, well, mom, I can't really talk to you because when you mean business, you mean business.
Right.
You know, and this is like, oh, I thought I opened the door for you. And it was just like, yeah, but you don't see your face.
Your reaction, you know, my kids talking straight up to the action. If I'm not gonna say nothing to her, because she gonna black out.
Yeah.
Right.
Tripping.
Yeah, or she's about to go to the school and handle business, and now I can't go back because she doesn't.
And all that's coming from the things that I was dealing with that they didn't know about.
Right.
So it was like we keeping it inside. Is it commercial time? What we doing?
Yeah, let's hit a commercial, and then let's circle back to how that's tied into our parents and how we lost them.
Right. I think when we come back, you know what? I do want to touch on losing a parent that's still alive, because that's grief too. There's a grief.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what? A death of a relationship is a death. Period. You're right. You're right about that one.
Commercial.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Join DJ Ron G and the WSAN crew every day for the Ron G Morning Show, Funk Friday, and Gospel Brunch Sunday. From local heroes to national guests, WSAN Radio connects you to the pulse of our community. One song, one story, one soul at a time. WSAN Radio, where music, motivation, and movement come together. Streaming live, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and WSANradio.com.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
Welcome back. Round with Scissors. I am RG. Sitting next to me is my brother,
Ezel Moon.
And above us, we have our dear sisters.
Michelle with the 1L.
Penny Owens.
In the building. Okay.
I was about to say the song somber, like really?
I was waiting for you to get hyped.
Yeah, let's get hyped about talking about people's passing. Yeah.
Turn up, damn it.
Listen, this is a serious topic. It can be sad, it could be all the things, but you know, sometimes you gotta laugh through the pain.
Yeah.
Or just freaking cry.
Well, as soon as y'all tell me a good joke through, I will definitely laugh with y'all. But until then, matter of fact, let me Google some how do you even type that? How do you type that in?
My coping mechanism has always been laughter.
Right.
That's always been and that's not always good either, because
yes,
I'm not dealing with
say that again for the ones in the back. That is not always good.
Because I wasn't dealing with whatever I needed to deal with. I was like, I'm just gonna crack a joke and keep it pushing. That wasn't good.
Right. It was a disarmer. because you couldn't really deal with it on the level.
Because it was like, I don't want to deal with that because it doesn't feel good.
Mhm.
And I don't want to deal with that pain. That pain, that hurts. That thing hurts. I don't want to stay in that hurt space. So I got to figure out a way to get out of that.
Yeah,
So,
but
you know,
stay there.
then you still deal with it no matter what. I mean, I could laugh today and cry tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I
That
mean?
people will
So
sit there for you until you acknowledge it. Like
yeah,
you can laugh for 30
deal with it.
years and not deal with it, and it's gonna sit right there waiting for you.
Well, that goes to show you that the process doesn't really have a time limit. I think you learn to deal with it, you learn to cope, but there's really no time limit to grief. You know, when I was younger and I didn't know shit, to be blunt, yeah, I was like, oh man, you still crying about that? Like, yeah, fool, I'm still crying about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I was humble that I understood that. So I would just tell people, like, everybody's tolerance is different, and believe people when they say they're grieving. And don't try to put a time limit because you don't know what impact it had to that person.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just typed in dead parent jokes and on Google, and I don't want to read any of these.
No,
Okay,
please
thank
don't.
you.
These are
You have to put a disclaimer up. See?
these are
Inappropriate.
these are terrible.
I got a joke for you.
Oh my
I got a great
god.
joke for you.
Yo.
You show got cast by a bad death joke. Ours. Ta-da, Jesse.
Yo.
Jay, dog.
But you know, I learned to. We all grieve differently
Mhm.
and at different time frames. So you have to respect what people tell you too, because if they're not ready to deal with it, you have to respect whatever answer and energy they give you. If they say, "Well, I'm okay," or "I'm getting through," even if you know that that's not the full truth, you have to respect it because they're clearly not ready to do something else, and you can't make them do what they don't want that or that they have not determined that they need to do it the way that they do it. Because
Why is Batman jealous of Superman?
Why is Batman just okay? I have no idea. Why, sir?
Because he got 3 dead parents and he only got 2.
You know what?
Wait, I don't even get the joke.
That's because you don't know Batman and Superman's history.
Oh my god!
I'm familiar with Batman and Superman, but
oh my god!
You said one has lost 3 and the other one has lost 2.
2. That is the most tame one that I could find.
Thank you.
Everything else was
about superheroes. I guess, but we are.
I just that's it, dog. That's the only I can give. Sorry, y'all.
I give you credit.
But you know, let's talk about losing a parent that's here, that's still alive.
Absolutely.
That grief can mimic losing a parent that dies.
You talking about like the relationship goes bad, or you don't speak to them?
You don't know the parent. Or you don't know
not being present.
Well, I mean, you never knew your parent. Do you really grieve them?
Yes, because you're missing. There's something in you
That's
that's not there.
connection. That's true.
And because you can say, "Oh, I'm not tripping about them," but every Father's Day or every Mother's Day, you got to pretend like you know who they are or they don't. Like that reality comes back.
True. Or even missing a parent that was around, but they're not anymore. They just decided to go get some milk and never came back.
Never came back.
I mean,
you know what? I can see people. Well,
that's funny.
I know people where it's dual, where they want to be strong. They want to laugh it off, right? You know, I see some people that want to be strong. They want to laugh it off, but that pain is still there, and then they're not dealing with it because they're laughing it off. With them not being there, it's like it's almost dual when you want to tell yourself I don't care. And then you feel guilty for saying I don't care. Or you feel guilty for saying stuff like, oh, well, he's dead to me. She's dead to me. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like you still feel it because you put that hate out there. Like you made that comment, you felt it or whatever. And it still does something to you. It's like, it's the poison you get to walk around with. And the other person is completely unaware of it. Completely unaware of it.
So
one of the first things I saw with my son after the divorce, he just went quiet. He was the one child who got to have his father the longest before he moved. Because when we broke up, he was 10, and he got quiet. His personality shifted a little bit. I saw that, and then I remember, I think probably like about 4 or 5 years later, I heard the kids talking amongst themselves, and then they cracked like your daddy went to the store type of joke real quick, and it was like the first time I even heard them even acknowledge it, right? And now I got to see it where it was like, so this is how you're going to choose to handle that. But you could hear it in his voice. You could hear the disappointment, the anger, the pain, all of it, while trying to make it funny. And just listening to the kids, like just overhearing them in the next room kind of playing and listening to how they were handling it as elementary and middle school, like just children. It was like, that's what we do as adults all the time. You know, all the time.
Come out somewhere. Gotta come out somewhere.
It was interesting. And I mean, it stayed until his father became more active. His whole personality just shifted. And he was quiet for years.
Because that doesn't feel good to not have a parent, because you're supposed to have two parents. That's just the way things are. So if one parent is absent, you're going to feel that. That child's going to feel that.
Well, now, I was going like this. I'm going to expand a bit, because some people don't know their parents, but they have people who take the place of them. Mm-hmm. So not having that guiding presence, you know what I'm saying? Because I know
you have another
people who didn't grow up with their naturals, but it was a person who stepped up and became their parent that became that significant person that they lost.
Then you don't miss the parent then, because you already have somebody that's doing.
See, I got mixed feelings on that. You don't miss what you never had, right? Yeah. But biologically, in the cases of people that I've dealt with, at some point that truth still came to surface. And I'm saying this not even being rude or disrespectful at all. Even in same-sex couples, even in adoptions, where the kids just never knew the biological, other. At some point, the truth came out. Who am I?
That's true.
Because even when you acknowledge the person who stepped up and took care of it, and you love them, your genes still belong to somebody else, and you can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Who do I look like?
They go look for that parent now because they want to know where they come from.
Exactly. It's like, who do I? It's like, I don't look like you guys. I love you. You've always been here, but who am I? And I want to say my mother, that she felt like that. Like she couldn't explain it, and she didn't even have the proof that maybe this isn't my dad. But she's like my eyes are a different color. My hair is different. I move different. There's something different.
It is. That's right.
So you can do a really, really good job and not be able to cover that void.
Losing a parent, whether you lost them because of death or you lost them just because they decided that they didn't want to be present. It's a loss, and you're gonna feel it.
It's a loss.
I don't know if it's the same feeling, because one, you can never connect to that person again. Two, the hope is there that you can connect to that person. Mm-hmm. So that's you're grieving. That might be a thing that you're grieving over and over again, because sometimes you have that feeling that I want to connect to that person. I would like to be able to connect to that person. And then it sets in that, okay, it's probably never going to happen. Those feelings don't ever go away. They come back.
Hey, Michelle, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What was your process that made you flip that switch and start celebrating Christmas? Because I thought that was pretty introspective. That you was like, yo, this is the reason why we're not celebrating Christmas. She's like, wait a minute, my mom was about this life, and you flipped it over. So what was that point that made you go, boom?
You know what it was?
Get it cracking.
Because, it was just, I would say probably within the last 2 or 3 years is when it happened. It was like, I just said that I'm going to grieve my mother, but I'm not going to grieve her in a way that's going to cause me to be sad and depressed. Because that was what my journey has been up until it was always depressing time.
So you celebrated yourself being sad.
I kind of like canceled Christmas for my kids, even though they got gifts and things, but the spirit was good.
The feeling was gone.
It was just like, take here. We just go to his stuff. I mean, it wasn't no wrapping stuff. The whole spirit of Christmas, how we grow up. We wrap up the presents, they open it up. It was like they would just come downstairs and just stuff would be there. It would be no wrapping paper, no nothing. But they got what they asked for. So
that's just me being lazy. I
Yeah.
put stuff from bags. Ain't got nothing to do with no.
That sound like a dad. That sound like a single dad Christmas. I ain't gonna lie to
I'm
you.
about to buy 25 bags and put all y'all stuff in the bags.
When you go from doing it that way and then now all of a sudden you're not, that the kids is probably like, well, you know, they probably don't care because they're getting their stuff anyway. So because they have
They
grandparents,
can feel the difference though. They can compare what it was.
Right. We're not doing a tree anymore. I mean, I know people may think about it as the holiday, but whatever you do or don't do, this is what we did.
But
so the tree is no longer there.
All just aside, I spent 4.5 hours wrapping these gifts for 35 seconds. No, thank you. I just spent half the goddamn night wrapping these damn gifts so they can rip them apart in 35 seconds. I'm like, bang.
Yeah.
That's true. So what happened is that I said, you know, because I've been on my healing journey for a little bit of time now. Mm-hmm. So this is part of that. It was like, you know what? I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to. When I think about my mother, I don't want to go get sad.
So you made a decision.
I made a decision that I'm not going to do that anymore. So now I honor my mother during the holiday time. You know what? We're going to put up this tree. We're going to decorate the house. We're going to feel good. We're going to play Christmas music. We're going to do all the things that I did growing up with my mother because I know this is her favorite time of the year. So I'm not going to be depressed anymore because being depressed wasn't working for me. My mama's not here. She's not coming back. So now I needed to honor her. So that's what it's about now for me. Just honoring my mother.
All right, cool. So acceptance and then celebrating her life.
And then celebrating her life. And I'm mourning it. Like I'm not in mourning anymore. It's like I guess mourning could look so many different ways, but I don't feel like I'm in mourning anymore.
But mourning is sometimes not a bad thing. It's the activities you take while you're mourning that makes it bad. You know what I mean? Just the idea of mourning is not like, oh damn, you know. So you have to handle it in a way that, you know, keeps your sanity and doesn't ruin your life.
And doesn't harm other people.
Yeah, it's always been a sad thing. Like during mourning, you know, it's never been looked at as good.
Yeah. But there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying?
It's a process. It's a process. It don't feel good either for those that's like, you know, it's mourning. That's how that works.
Yeah, I think that if you during the holiday time, because even if you lose your parent, it doesn't have to be Christmas time. Losing a parent, you're going to think about that parent during the holidays because you know what you did around the holidays with your parent. So sometimes certain times of the year is difficult.
Different holidays and things,
sometimes of the year
depending on the family, or depending on when the world is stimulating family.
Yeah,
it's just worse during the holidays because of the holidays itself. It's worse during the last quarter of the year. But you got birthdays, you got whatever that parent was attached to. If they like football, then every time you see a football game, like whatever that you associated with them, colors, smells, habits, activities, events, it's all year round.
All year round.
It's all year round, for sure. Like there's no way to really prepare, even if you are blessed enough, and it's difficult, but if you are even blessed enough to be a part of the transitioning, like you can kind of see this coming. They've been sick for a while. There's different conversations that you got to have or been privy to. You had an opportunity to, forgive some things and get some stuff off your chest, some explanations. If you're blessed enough to have those hard times come up, it's a blessing. Just period.
Yeah,
but you're still never prepared for when the machines have to get turned off, or when you have to make
turn their own machines off. Yeah,
or if died, it was a sudden thing. It was like my mother was 55 years old when she passed away.
She was young. See, that's what I wanted to bring up too. But what do you do when the parents are not even old? Because 55 that's not old at all.
A few years.
How old were you?
I was 27 or 28, somewhere around there. I think it was.
That's a young loss.
Yes, I was about 20. Yeah, I was about 28, I would say.
See, I thought you lost like more recently and things because
it's been over 20 years. This year is going to be 20. I think it's 27 years.
And you're just bringing Christmas back, aren't you?
That's what I'm saying. It was
I thought this was a new loss Really?
No, I
Oh,
couldn't even
dude.
get into it because I would come up with all kind of reasons to not celebrate Christmas. It's a pagan holiday. Nobody cares about all of that buying presents and stuff. We're not
Oh
buying presents no
no!
more.
You said the
Oh yeah, it
pagan
was that.
holiday.
It was that.
No.
It was like the hell with Christmas.
By
You know, I'm
humbug.
not spending my money going broke. I mean, I came up with all the reasons, all the things to be like the hell with Christmas.
So, because since the time period that we've known each other, you've really engaged deeply in the healing of you. So, do you think that's why it came back?
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. If it wasn't for that journey, I don't know if I would be in the position where I am right now when it came to just thinking about the holiday. This holiday spirit. You know, I'm all about family. I feel like holidays are for family. However you celebrate it, whether you want to go out and spend your money on gifts or whatever the case may be, if that's your thing. For me, holidays are about family. And that's how I look at it now. It doesn't have to be about spending a bunch of money either. It's just being around my family. And that's where I feel my best, around my family.
Right. I would say this. I'm a little more recent. My dad's been gone for like 3 years, about to be 4.
Yeah,
and the biggest thing for me was acceptance more than anything else. And I couldn't accept the fact that he was gone. I couldn't accept what my role changed to in my family. And that was the like, holy moly. Who the hell left me in charge? Wait, whoa. I'm not ready. Whoa. What the hell? You know I'm in charge. Wait. So it was more of acceptance of like, okay, you're not a protector of the family. Take everything that I taught you and now apply it. You know, it's like graduating college and getting that first job. You're like, wait a minute. Like, they do this too? Like, wait a minute. These are way too many spreadsheets. They ain't telling me about this in class, you know. So that was probably the most challenging part for me. And Ezel knows, because me and him have plenty of conversations where my goofy behind is sitting in this damn cemetery, like talking about stuff that God, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But this guy, so I have my moments. But when you, for a guy, when you become technically the default leader of your family, it is a hell of a transition, and you don't know how you're going to take it. Hell, and I'm gonna say this publicly, right? So when my dad first passed away, my wife was like, "I don't know what you gonna do," and I took it as offense at first. I was like, "Man, what you mean? What you am I gonna do?" And then 3 months later, I was like, "Oh, she right. I don't know what the hell.
What am I gonna do?"
She right. But she wasn't saying it as like, "Yo, you about to be bugging." She was like, "Yo, I care about you, but I don't know how to help you." And at that time, I know how to help myself. So that's been the biggest transition, is like being everything that my dad seen in me and imparting his wisdom.
Yeah, right. That's a
total. My mom's still here. Shout out to my mom. But it's different because I already see the transition from like, yo, like, oh, dad over there, like, oh shit, he not. All right, I'll be there in a minute, mama. So shit,
right?
He's not over there.
You gotta go and handle business that your mama needs you. Yeah,
indeed. But I still have to be present in this moment right here because I live here.
Right.
And that's what my dad was really good at. Like, he'd be over here helping them, doing this right there. Somebody come to OG, he'd fix this, and then he just go back to doing whatever the hell he does. Now that's me. I'm like, you did all this? Like, hey, dog, wait a minute. This is a
no appreciation.
A lot of stuff to do.
That's it, right?
And you still was smiling? Because I'm angry as hell. What are we doing? This is hard. Why the hell are you smiling?
Right.
So I've learned a lot from the old dude. And unfortunately, I had to see the end of the story to understand the beginning of the story. Because I had so many questions that I didn't understand about my dad until he was gone. Because I got to see the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah. And
it serves me 2 purposes. It teaches me how to be a better person, and number 2, it tells me what I don't need to do. You know? So, because when I looked at that casket, I didn't see my dad's face; I seen my face.
Oh,
so it taught me, what I needed to do and what I not needed to do, and how I needed to be to navigate to have better outcomes.
See, and then you also share names too.
Yes,
I would think that that's. I mean, you would have to be able to really explore that, but to see your face in that casket, the name on the grave, it's like, what did that do? You know what I'm saying to you? Because that is a lot.
It grew my ass up in a hurry. You don't know you're ready until you're ready. It was like
that's just the truth. That's preach.
I was Captain Phillips. It's like you were the captain. I was like, wait a minute, whoa,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah,
most of us don't know what we can do until you get in that situation.
Yeah.
You don't know until you know. I tell people all the time, you don't know until you know, and that's just the reality of it all.
Observing others, like I still have both my parents. Ezel, you still have both your parents.
Absolutely.
So it's like we have not gone through that, but I know with like watching others going through it of the different ages and things that it's never not a big loss. And I definitely see how you can there's no way to prepare. Even when you think you're prepared, you're just not, because once it's official, it hit different.
Because my dad knew it was going to happen. It was like my dad was sick for a long time. So it was kind of like, I got those moments with my dad where I was able to get some sort of closure and forgiveness of some of the things that I might have been dealing with as far as daddy issues. Having that final conversation with him, even though he wasn't as alert as I would have liked for him to be, but also knowing that he heard me because there was signs, so that was a blessing for me. And then I got that, and then he was gone maybe days later. So, and my dad was in the 70s, so it wasn't like he was a young guy. So, but seeing that he was sick, it was like it was a different thing than when my mom passed, because she was sudden. My dad was like, okay, I know it's coming.
Okay.
So it even though there's grief, I can see the difference between the two. Big difference.
That forgiveness is everything. And it's not like you don't want to have to lose somebody to get some type of understanding. Keeping your heart open to just understand that life happens. You know what I'm saying? Life happens. And sometimes, most times, we can't control any of it in any combination, but we usually individually are just as confused. And that goes for our parents. That goes for friends or coworkers or anybody. Like, we are all just humans. We're just people. But staying open to just forgive, because there's a lot of things that you just won't get. In life, you don't get to have closure for everything. Forgiveness is really about yourself. It is not about the other person necessarily saying sorry and explaining anything to you, because a lot of times we don't get it for the small things. It's about yourself. And as you start growing as a person, what did you say?
So closure helps you sleep at night and not wonder about things that didn't happen.
Everything, because it's poison when you're just sitting there just confused and your eyes is wondering, just up, and you're supposed to be asleep. It really just is bothering you. But there's so many different things that you learn after people pass that really is going to raise more questions that may not be answered. And sometimes you have to accept it's not going to be answered. Like when my paternal grandfather passed, we found out he had 21 kids. Ooh. Guess what? We didn't know that while he was alive. It was just the 10. All right. Homie was sowing more across the farm. Okay, than his royal oats.
He owned an ark. It sounds like he was repopulating everything.
Okay, look, like the other families were on the opposite side of the farm, and it was like, wow, no wonder he was plowing the fields. Like, really? Didn't?
Oh, he's plowing all right.
It was life changing. But just like what Joanne said, where you learn all these different realities, it's like a parallel universe. There's other people that share my blood. There's other stories. There's other things I haven't heard. And sometimes you never get answers and closures for, but you still have to just make sure that for yourself, don't hold on to that grudge, because it ain't killing nobody but you.
Facts. Nobody
but you. And for the parents that are alive, even if you're mad at them, I mean, the Bible says to, respect and honor your parents. They still your parents. Yep. Maybe they didn't do a good job. Maybe it wasn't the way that you would have done it now, but just accepting the times were different for them than it is now. Therefore, the situations and the stories, all of that. And be okay with it just didn't work. But you know what? I appreciate you at least, I'm glad that you were irresponsible or however, and I was still here, that you brought me to this world. Thank you.
And I want to say one more thing. For those of you guys who have your parents, regardless of your relationship, try to understand them and try to enjoy them if you have the opportunity to do so. Please. Because no matter what, they may get on your nerves. They may text you 1,000 times a day. You might have to take out the trash 7 times a week. Once they're gone, you will wish that you had those annoyances. So try to do two things for me. This trust. Bumby said, "Listen to me now. Listen later on." I mean, listen. Do what I say. Pretty much, listen to me later on. Try to get a relationship. Try to pick their brain.
Yes, ask questions.
Ask as many questions why you still have them, and try to make the best relationship you can with them.
Yes, just listen.
It will help you in the long run.
Yeah, because listen questions are unanswered.
Exactly, but it's like, and listen to them. Like, be curious. In everything we do, be curious like a child. Because if you're open to learning about your parents while they're alive, listen to how they answer questions differently. Listen to the questions that they don't answer. Like, watch their body language. Because we've learned in this day and age, we've learned a lot about history and traumas and things, right? So look at your parents with a whole new lens and just be curious. Why do they do this or why do they not? You know, like, try to build your own little story in a sense. Just by watching them and listen, let them tell that same story 5 and 6, 7 times. Just listen, like, let them be who they are to the end. And because I've dealt with all age groups, anything is possible. When you are open to listening to your parents, I mean, even at 87, you can still get an apology. You can still get some questions answered. Like, because they know, especially the ones who know that they're dying, you'd be surprised how many things they just let go. Like, you know what? All right, it's time to come clean. I'm not trying to die with this. So, but you have to be present to receive that information.
Right.
You got to be present.
You don't have to accept it, but you do have to present to the best of your ability. Because
exactly.
Try to prepare the family, because you know what, in our culture especially, because of the generation in front of us who didn't want to talk about the issues and the pride and the fear of the truth coming out, I've seen in our culture where there's so many different things that was not prepared for the next future, right? So in other cultures, you know, when they passed, you get a house before you even graduate high school type. You know what I'm saying? That is something that's, we don't pass down businesses and legacies and land, but help get your parents' affairs in order so that if you become the matriarch, like, when you think about, don't be so caught up in what they didn't do and what needs to do, just be like, this still continues. How are we going to handle business moving forward?
Right.
You know, like, find out
the truth. It is the truth.
Because trust me, it's going to be your problem, whether you want it to be or not.
Or not.
So you might as well understand what you need to know.
Sometimes it's your problem while they're still here.
You're right.
Very
And
much.
I don't mean that in a
It's your
bad
problem
way.
while they still here. You probably got more information than the next man.
That's true. That is true. That is so true.
It's a burden, but it's a blessing, because most people are not prepared
At all.
I mean, like, right now, when you think about it, we're trying to teach our, you know, the older generation how to use technology and stuff, right? But it's like, what are their passwords? What emails are they attached to? What accounts have they opened? And now, with the way that we are going economically, you'd be surprised how many things you can't touch, whether you're blood or not, because it was not legally written down. These banks don't care. You can't have access to that money. We're gonna give it back to the state. You can live in that house, and I've seen it more than a few times that I like to even admit to, where literally the house is kicking the whole family out because no one's name is on it. Because no one knew what the true conditions or the situations were with, the legalities of what their parents had, refinanced, or no longer own. And now the whole family has to leave.
Probate is not your friend. Understand what you need to understand yesterday. Probate is not your friend.
No, it's not.
The bank will take it back. They don't care.
They don't care.
Needed.
They do not care.
Nope.
And
So it's like, find out the truth.
The end of the hour, at the top of the hour, we're almost done. I do want to leave everybody with a little bit of something. If the holidays feel heavy this year, just know that you are not alone. Grief doesn't mean you're weak. It means you love deeply. And even in moments when you feel empty, your love and your memories are still full. And you are doing the best that you can, and that is enough.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're looking, you are loved. If don't nobody else tell you, we can tell
That's
you.
right.
We
You are
love
loved.
you. You are loved.
Absolutely. And we got to pay some bills. So if you like, on that
Let them
note,
know. Let them know.
Yup.
and if you like what you see and like what we're doing here, consider donating to the cause of the United Front Network to whatever cause. Speaking of the cause, I ordered me a shirt, and I'm waiting on my stuff to come.
Really?
We have merch. Yeah, we have merch. Go and buy you something. Go on to the website and check out we got a bunch of stuff for you. So you can represent the United Front Network.
Look,
And
yep, check the page.
about your day.
Check the resources, ideas, podcast opportunity, guest opportunities. If you are a Black and Brown business, send us your information. We're going to publicize a page for you on the website. This is about community and numbers, and we will do this together and we will strengthen each other. Period. We are not just a show talking.
That's
Yep.
it.
Man.
And if you
Everything
donate
you donate to us, we donate to causes as well.
Right. That's what I was about to say. You're not just donating to the network, you're donating to the network and more.
Yeah.
and more.
Exactly. Hey, look, you're donating to your network, right? It's the United Front. That is all of it.
The People's Network. I love it. Love
People's
it.
Network.
The
Yes.
People's Network.
Yes.
Nice.
It's power in numbers.
So if
Numbers.
if you see a cause that needs some help, send that information to us too. Like
Yes.
we want to support, we want to get awareness out. So everyone, this is a nationwide platform. Wherever you are, if your voice needs to be heard or someone else's needs to be spoken up on your behalf, do so here. Send us the email at weareunited@myyahoo.com and go to the website. Like, this is for real. We have to do this strong. There's power in numbers. We're at the end of the quarter for this one, and 2026 is going to be a doozy. So let's go ahead and stop playing with it.
Don't play with it. Don't play with it. And we're gonna see y'all. Oh, make sure you guys tune in next week for part 2 of our Tough Days series talking about losing a child.
Ooh, can I make a quick little interjection here?
Yeah.
Monday on the Ops is game night. So we're going to play. We got 8 slots available, right? You're going to need your phone and probably another web browser. We're going to play on this game called Kahoots. We got 8 slots.
Yeah.
It's random trivia. It's pretty fun. And first place gets a $10 Amazon gift card. Second and third place get $5 gift card. So we giving out money. Not a lot. I ain't got it yet.
I think I'm gonna be a guest on Monday. I'm coming on the show.
Hey, hop on the show.
Fact.
Grab your phone.
I'm coming on.
I'll give guys the website. You can download the app to your phone. It's totally interactive. I have no idea what these questions are going to be. So all we're going to do is pretty much have some fun next week.
So is it going to be audience participation? How can
Absolutely. That's why I said we got 8 slots.
Oh, that should be fun.
So here's what happens. I'm going to come on. I'm going to say, hey, got your Kahoots downloaded? Yep. And I'm going to give you the game code. You put the game code in, you're in. Then we run from there.
So are the hosts playing too, or this is just for the audience to win?
Considering we got 3 hosts.
Right. Let the audience
win. Yeah, the audience.
Let the audience win.
Yeah, hop on in.
All right.
That should be fun.
Already.
See you guys next week. Peace.
You are now running with scissors. Let's go.